Hey, how are we doing, my friends? In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at some of the Blokees figures from Star Wars figures from Blokees. But I'm so exhausted. There's so many things going on in my life right now, both mentally and physically, so I'm just beat. I'm just beat, and I just want to hang out and talk. So I'm sorry if this review is not too sharp, okay? But just consider it a super lax hangout and chill session. I know you guys mostly watch this channel for Transformers and robots and other mechs and things like that, but I gotta imagine there's probably a little bit of crossover into the Star Wars, right? If we look at a Venn diagram, I imagine some of you guys like science fiction and are fans of Star Wars, and so maybe this resonates with you, maybe it doesn't. But nonetheless, we'll just kind of talk about them. The guys in the front, the smaller ones, these are all from the Galaxy line, the Galaxy version, and very specifically from the Mandalorian series. And we have Moff Gideon over here. He looks so cool, dude. And the two larger ones back there, these are Champion class, and they're from kind of like the G1 era of Star Wars, if you will. We got Vader and the Stormtrooper. And dude, this Incinerator Stormtrooper looks insane, dude. He looks really nice, man. And I thought it'd be interesting to kind of talk about perhaps some character like archetypes as we kind of examine these figures. And so why don't we start with like the Mandalorian? This guy. Cool, calm, collected, the kind of like cowboy, I guess, the silent cowboy who doesn't take off his hat, who has like this devout religion discipline that he kind of follows. And the strong silent type, and also kind of like father figure, inadvertent father figure, so to speak, because of his like relationship with Grogu and stuff. And by the way, it's a beautiful figure, isn't it? It's bigger than your standard 3 3/4. These are about 4.5 inches tall. But man, if I did have to make a decision on buying some smaller Star Wars figures, I'd probably buy these, dude, because they're super well articulated. And the sculpts are always nice. Paint is done extremely well. I mean, all typical to the Blokees hallmark. And so no, it came out beautifully. But yeah, the stoic protector. You guys familiar with this anime, this manga called Lone Wolf and Cub? It's kind of the same archetype. It's this dude who takes care of this baby. I forget exactly how he ended up with the baby. It's a really old manga, and yeah, the baby's in a crib, and I don't know if he's supposed to be like Musashi or not. But yeah, it's a very similar concept. This dude who inadvertently ends up being the protector of this kind of this baby, this child, and but yeah, it's a very similar archetype from what I remember. And the baby, the child, Grogu, Baby Yoda, he's really interesting too, because like we don't really know much about him, but we do know that he has untapped potential, right? And I don't know. I feel like all of us, maybe inside there's a part of us that hopes that people see the untapped potential in each of us, and that we're all kind of mysterious in our own way, and we're all kind of cute in our own way too. But inside, we're all kind of like Master Jedis in our own way. And that's kind of what I think of when I think of Grogu. There are so many characters. Sorry, I'm trying to get him to stick in here. There's a little hole on the back, and not doing a good job finding it, so whatever, he's just going to have to hang out. But I imagine there's something in all of these characters that resonate with some parts of our personality, like this guy, Moff Gideon. The guy who plays him, what is it? Juan Carlos Esposito? Dude, that dude is so fly. I mean, I'm a straight man, But like when I look at him, I'm like, dude, that dude's hot, dude. He holds so much aura and presence. I love that guy, dude. Love all the characters that he plays, the presence that he brings. So cold and yet so like stylish. And I love that he's Moff Gideon. I love it, absolutely. He just brings so much like evil class, like makes you want to be a part of the bad guys because how cool he is. Like sometimes when wrestlers, when they play heels, you're like, yeah, I want to root for that guy because he's so dope. You know what I mean? I kind of got that vibe from Moff Gideon. And I love his armor, the evil Mandalorian looking armor, and the paint is done so well. The eyes, the visor area is on a gradient. I think that's super sick. While the sides of the cheeks are very vibrant, bright red. Definitely has the Boba Fett vibe, yet kind of smells like Vader. You know what I mean? And so I think it's a great design on this guy. I mean, I'm not a huge Star Wars guy. I mean, I like Star Wars. I've seen all the movies and stuff, and I watched it when I was coming up. But like, I don't know where Moff Gideon comes from. I don't know what his storyline is, but I do appreciate him Mandalorian. And yeah, love that actor. Love that actor. And we got this guy over here. Another kind of like gunslinger cowboy dude, like Boba Fett. You know, I was rather surprised that they chose the Polynesian dude. I mean, no hate whatsoever. I was kind of surprised because all throughout my life, just in my head, I just imagined him as this kind of white dude, this scraggly, kind of like, you know, like tobacco chewing, I don't know, some cowboy dude, some outlaw, you know? And so I was kind of surprised that, yeah, that they went with that dude. Nothing wrong with it. Don't get me wrong. It's just, I expected something different. A bit of a retcon, if you will, because the voice changes too, you know what I mean? But this is the older, wiser, fatter version of Boba Fett, but still Boba Fett got that missile. That, you know, there was that one thing, what is it called? That phenomenon when people think that there was something that really happened when it didn't. Like people talk about there was a Boba Fett that shot missiles, but they say like that's not true. But I don't know, man. But either way, man, he's done incredibly well. He's beautiful, and got that nice little skirt over here. And for him, it's like a redemption arc, isn't it? Like he was this cold bounty hunter, like allied with what is it, the Empire. But now in this kind of new chapter of his life, he's kind of like this outlaw guardian, so to speak. And it kind of shows that it's like, yeah, man, you can grow, you can change. You know, even the most vile kind of like ruthless bounty hunters out there, like, dude, there's a different chapter in your life that you can go after when you're older or whatever, you know? And so I like that. I think it's a story of change. And there are other figures over here too. Speaking of story of change, let me kind of set this guy down. And redemption arc is homie back there, IG-11. I love that guy. He's my favorite actually from the set. The crazy thing is, hold up. There we go. This guy was present in the OG Star Wars, but he was some like loser fish droid. Like I don't think he did much, you know what I mean? He certainly didn't have the presence that he carries in the Mandalorian. He's incredible. He's incredible, man. And I love his arc. I love the story arc. And again, another redemptive story, you know what I mean? And just kind of reminds you, man, it's like every day is a new day, a new opportunity to change something about you that you want to see grow. And I'm not saying like hate yourself or something like that, but if there are aspects of yourself that you want to patch, like you think of it like a video game and there's like a bug or something or like a feature that you want to grow, hey man, if you want to do that, go for it, dude. Every day is a new day, a new opportunity to convert from battle droid into caretaker, you know what I mean? Every day is a new day. And the only disservice that you could do to yourself is just not trying, like at all, ever. Who cares if you try and it fails? Who cares? Who cares? Like, honestly, dude, failure is going to happen. Success will happen too, but it's not guaranteed unless you try. One of those things are going to happen. You're either going to fail or you're either going to succeed, but the only guarantee is that you have to try. You just have to try. And you have to be willing to spend that time. You got to pay to play, you know what I mean? You got to pay your time to be able to play the game of opportunity and do your thing. And so always take that first step. It's the most important one. This right here, the armor, she is my Mandalorian crush. I love her so much, dude. I was raised by a single mom, a strong single mom. And so I really resonate with strong female characters. And she doesn't lead through like a loud voice or through like violence. I mean, yeah, she does put the beat down on those stormtroopers, but she's like quiet in her wisdom. You know what I mean? And her voice carries so much like gravitas. And she has so much presence about her. I love her so much. I love her voice. And in some of my skit videos where I'm doing the voice of Shard with the Armorizers, I'm actually trying to channel the Armorer's voice. Armorizers, Armorer. I don't know if you got that connection, but yeah. So when I'm doing the Shard voice, like the first video where all of them link up and become the huge combiner, and I'm like, come, Armorize this Geocron. I'm definitely channeling the Armorer there. Her little pelt thing is done well. And the skirt stuff, it moves around as you like, manipulate the legs and stuff. So really, really great stuff, dude. Really, I like her so much, dude. I love the armor that they have, all the Mandalorians. It has that little kind of jewel in the center, and then they got like the chest plates and stuff. And that motif is carried throughout, even in Moff Gideon's armor. But yeah, dude, super bait crush when it comes to the Mandalorian series. Just kind of give me a second, guys. I'm so tired. I'm so tired right now. physically, mentally, like in every way. Dude, one of the things about the Stormtroopers, like they come in so many different flavors and sizes, and you got to give them one thing, man. They are loyal. They are super like that blind faith and loyalty. There's something like charming about it, something endearing. I wish I had a squad of people who would just like go to war for me and just do whatever I say. You know what I mean? From that perspective, they're cool. I mean, it's not cool that they're all about tyranny and stuff, and then they followed the law of the Empire, but gotta love that loyalty, man. Gotta love that loyalty. And this is beautiful, man. I love the flame effects over here. There you go. There you go. And it's just plugged into the blaster and done beautifully. The red and everything is just done beautifully. The what is it? The gas canisters or whatever that is, done really well. And there is one. Oh, no, it's not on him. It's on the Stormtrooper. I actually messed this up. This ring that you see over here is supposed to be on this side. I got to swap it out eventually because this is present on one leg and this ring is supposed to be on the other leg. I'll show you on the larger Stormtrooper over here. And same thing for him. It's like they always have good intentions. They want to be loyal to the Empire, but they're just not skilled. They're always missing. They never get to blast like anyone, even though there's like a ton of them. You know what I mean? And so like you never really quite feel afraid. It's like the putties from the Power Rangers. Yeah, a bunch of them could show up, but you never see the putties put the beat down on the Rangers. You're just like, okay, this is cannon fodder, dude. They're about to eat it. It's kind of like that with these guys as well. But they're fun. They're fun, dude. I would have loved if there's like a Luke and like a Han head that you can swap in, but you'll probably get them in future series so that you can kind of like replicate some of the scenes from the G1 and stuff. But yeah, man, done well. I like the snow Stormtroopers too. I mean, there's a lot of Stormtroopers to like, but the incinerator one that they came with, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And I know this is not the most engaging of videos, but I hope you're okay with that. It's just, I don't know, man. This one's like more for me than it is for you or for anyone else. I just needed to kind of decompress. I've just been working all day. Here we have Ahsoka. I don't know anything about her, to be completely honest. I watched the series, and I know what I know from the series. But prior to that, I don't know anything about her. And her hair reminds me of this one type of gummy snack. It's like blue and white. I think it's like a whale. You guys know what I'm talking about? It's like this, one of those Haribo things, I think. But yeah, whenever I see her hair, it reminds me of that gummy snack. I do know that she is a wayward or she's an ex-Jedi, right? Like she didn't finish her training or something like that. And I know she's powerful, but of course to an extent. And but yeah, I don't really know a lot about her, to be completely honest. Probably should have done some research before I did this video so that I could talk at length, but I didn't. I didn't. Her skin is nice though. It's this cool like orange color, dude, like Tang. I used to drink a lot of Tang when I was a kid. You guys probably don't know what that is, but that's okay. Used to drink a lot of Quick too. Are Tang and Quick still around? Maybe not. But yeah, we got Ahsoka. But last but not least, we can take a look at the larger figures, and they come on stands, and so that's pretty cool. And what's neat is, so on the bottom of the foot, there's actually this little like post that plugs into the stand, and you can swap out the sole so that he can stand flush if you don't want to use him with the stand. But beautifully done. Beautifully done. Nice gloss on the plastic. Feels stormtroopery. You can see the black armor that he has underneath, the kind of suit and getup, just everything about it, dude. Blaster looks cool. Looks appropriate. He has a bunch of swappable hands. One that holds the blaster, the other open fist, closed fist, and things like that. Dude, it's super duper stormtroopery. And they got all the same. You know what? I should have shown off some of the articulation and all the other ones, but they're pretty much the same. You got one down over here and another one over here. So it's a dual ball joint system. And same thing for the head and neck as well. There's a ball joint up here at the neck and also at the head, or excuse me, head and neck. And so lots of like range of motion, like, yeah, groovy. But he does have good range of motion, but it is impeded by his armor bits and stuff like that. So you can get him into some dynamic poses, but you'll need to kind of like spin and flip and do various things with the pieces of armor. But yeah, with just a little bit of time, you can get him into the right pose and have him miss all of his shots. Pew 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 pew. Over here, these actually hinge up, so that's kind of cool. They're on little like hinges, and I like that. I like that. Love all the details on the Blokees stuff. I've been liquidating my collection because I am preparing to move, and also I'm just kind of like, I don't know, man. I'm just kind of done with the Hasbro stuff, to be completely honest. But Blokees, my Blokees Transformers, those are going nowhere. My Blokees Marvel figures, my Blokees Minions figures, Star Wars figures, they're going nowhere, Jer. Love me some Blokees. Vader's nice, man. Lots of rubber. This whatever material this is, the dual skirts, the circuitry, like, dude, everything reminds me. And it's really cool that he has a super glossy helmet compared to some of the parts of the armor which are not as glossy. And I feel like that's kind of intentionally done. Check this out. I love the fact that they add all this detailed stuff that you wouldn't see, you know what I mean? But you know it's under there because that's what Blokees is about, dude. Rich detail all throughout the sculpt, whether you can see it or not, as an appreciation for the toy and for its consumers. And no, it's dope. It's dope, man. Yeah, look at this jumpsuit, man. I love it. I love it. I love it. He looks great. He really, really does, dude. I can't wait to see them kind of expanding on this. And you know what? I stopped kind of talking about the archetypes, if you will. But, Vader. Vader's that guy, right? He's a badass. And then finding out that he's Luke's dad, and I'm sure everyone knows at this point, he's like, whoa, that's my dad? But at the same time, you're like, what? That's my dad? And, you're all like conflicted and stuff. And at the same time, like I didn't grow up with my dad. But if my dad was Vader and he was like, yo, bro, just come to the dark side, I'd be like, all right, Pops. Like, we get to hang out? All right, Pops. You know what I mean? So it's like a weird decision that you have to make. So I kind of resonated with that conflict that was presented between Luke and Vader and stuff. And, they got to reconcile and whatever and things like that. But nonetheless, dude, love me some Darth Vader, dude. Love me some Darth Vader. Just wonderfully done. Wonderfully done, man. Oh, goodness gracious, my friends, I'm so tired. I'm so tired. As a younger man, dude, I think I just had a bigger gas tank, stamina. I could just do more, not just like physically, but mentally, and process things throughout the day. But I can't really divulge what I'm doing right now. Maybe soon, maybe at some point, but I am exhausted. And I just wanted to play with some Star Wars toys, and I just wanted someone to talk to, and you guys happen to be the folks. If you stuck around this long, hey, I appreciate you for it. And I want to do these like giveaways where I sneak something in at the end. But dude, the YouTube AI summaries like ruin it. All people have to do is look at the summary and to be like, oh, the what is it? The content creator has a secret giveaway that they stuck at the end of the video. And I'm like, dude, good job, man. A good job. Because I'm trying to reward the people who stick around and watch these things. And so I don't know, it's a good way to do it, I don't want to just do it for like looky-loos who just like click once, 10 seconds and they're gone or something. Like I want to do it for the folks who are really enjoying these videos and watching these things in its entirety. If you have some ideas, please drop them in the comments. If you have some thoughts on some of these character archetypes, drop them in the comments. I'd love to break bread, hear your thoughts. I don't always get to reply. I mean, a lot of times I don't, just because I get a lot of messages across social. But I do love reading them, and so I appreciate it. Okay. Thanks for letting this old man blab, and I will talk to you next time. Adios, broskies.